All right, so welcome, one and all, to episode 5 of Games on Tap, a bi-weekly podcast brought to you
Yeehaw.
by the Game Bolt. My name's Dylan, and I'm here with my buddies Brett
Hello, hello,
and Kyle.
Hello.
hello.
And
Cody's not wrong.
and within
Vladimir Lemon. What a great name.
within 6 seconds of us starting up the podcast, we have somebody posting Illuminati symbols in our Twitch.
What the hell's going on here?
This is the D-Illuminati.
Oh boy.
Oh
Oh,
God,
no.
I know who Vladimir Lemon is. Hey Jack, how's it going, man?
Oh, okay, okay.
Anyway,
I can try for us now.
I can
Oh
try.
boy, wonderful.
once again, this is Games on Tap. It's a bi-weekly podcast. We stream this every 2 weeks, and this goes up on iTunes and Podbean. And what we do here on Games on Tap is we take three members of the Game Bolt and we sit down, and everybody has a drink of choice for the night. And usually I'll be bringing a beer. Usually Brett brings something fancy. This week he pretty much brought. It's we'll get to that. It's basically meant for college kids and
I mean,
bachelorette
it's fitting because
parties.
I'm a college kid. So.
um, you can find us on thegamebolt.com, and we stream this every other week at about 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So how this setup works is we all take our beverage, our drink in question. We do a quick sip and a little bit of a review on the beverage, and then we move into a more open discussion on video games. And this week's discussion, we're actually going to talk about the summertime gaming drought and what we do to kind of combat the fact that not a lot of publishers and developers are putting games out this time of year. It's usually you'll usually either see things majority of it during the holiday season or a little bit afterwards. So tonight I actually have something very special in terms of a beverage. I went to a local microbrewery where I'm at called Evil Czech, and it's
Like
a
Czech as in like Czech
Czech
Republic, or like Czech as in like Czech and chess.
as in like Czechoslovakia.
Right. Okay. So you know it's legit.
Um, it's really cool. This guy goes around. He sets up. There's another restaurant he has in town out where I'm at called Corn Dance. And what he does is he goes around.
Sounds amazing.
Oh, he's really awesome because it's this guy's an entrepreneur and he makes all these different restaurants, and all of them are like specialty restaurants. Like Evil Czech is all they have a microbrewery attached to it, and all the food is like all this really neat kind of pub and bar food. And then he has Corn Dance, which is all like barbecue stuff.
Yeah.
And no two of his restaurants are the same. And he owns and operates all these restaurants, and all the food and ingredients that he puts in these restaurants are like he gets them himself. When I went there last week to actually pick up a growler of this beer that I have. Like he's got like bison burgers on the menu, so I ordered like this freaking awesome burger, and then I had the meat replaced with bison.
That sounds incredible.
Oh, it was really good. It was really good.
I haven't had a burger in a while now, so that oh my god, that sounds
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh, and bison's such a good meat because it's got that gamey flavor to it, but it's very tender. It just kind of falls apart in your mouth. It's really.
Please.
But the Evil Czech actually is all microbrewery stuff. So while you're sitting in the restaurant, you actually can watch like the brewmasters actually make all the beers. And I was going through the menu the other day, and I found one with a name that is actually pretty solid. It's called the Guns and Poses. So,
Oh wow.
yeah, no, I was pretty happy with that instead of Guns N' Roses. It's actually I poured it out. It's got this really nice dark brown color to it. It's an ale it's a malt ale, and it has a lot of honey in it too.
Oh nice.
And it's got this weird. The description reads: "A warming alcohol flavors balanced by an aggressive bitterness." And it's actually kind of nice because it's not like you can taste the hops, but it's not like a taste that lingers with you. So I'm gonna take.
Yeah.
It's goes down so smoothly. And the aroma, it says the aroma of a pine forest, and it actually does. It has like this woody smell to it. It's really nice.
That's hearing that. I'm like interesting, but I feel like if I did smell that, I'd be like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of this. I was actually going through all their beers. Their favorite one that my favorite one they have is an IPA called White Reaper, and it's this really smooth IPA that when they pour it, it looks like platinum white. Like it's
Oh wow.
this like phosphorescent Sprite color. It's really weird.
Hmm. Vladimir Lemon says, while we're talking Indiana microbrews, I highly recommend Zombie Dust by Three Floyds.
Oh, see, I love Three Floyds. They're my favorite brewery. I don't like Zombie Dust, which is
Oh,
which is
sorry, Vladimir Lemon.
which is really odd because Zombie Dust is, I think, last year it was the number one most requested craft brew worldwide.
Oh
Like
wow.
Three Floyds is insanely popular, but like I think Zombie Dust is their weakest product. I don't know why I don't like it.
Beer Review 101 by Dylan.
But yeah, no, this is really nice. I got a growler of it, which is like almost 2 full liters of it.
Hey, Not Dome. Thank you for stopping by, buddy.
Hey, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. So I have my nice warm-bodied ale. Brett, would you like to tell the audience at home what you have?
So this is a classic drink, and by classic, it's kind of infamous. It's kind of made its way back. I didn't even know it made its way back. I am drinking Fruit Punch Four Loco. Yeah, Four Loco because I'm saying F it. I went to Six Flags yesterday and made the mistake of one wearing baggy shorts, so I lost my phone on King Ka.
Oh no!
Oh, lovely.
So my phone could be there's a 99% chance it is smashed to bits because of a roller coaster that goes 128 miles per hour. And I'm like, screw it. I'm just gonna drink this Four Loko because I don't care anymore. So yeah, I had Four Loko years ago. I think my brother introduced it to me because he had a couple of it at Salisbury and it was pretty popular there. And it's no joke. Like one of these is pretty substantial for a drink.
Yeah.
I haven't had it since then, so we're gonna take a shot here. Not terrible. It at first taste, it tastes like one of those like really gross like cherry like cough drops or like cough syrup.
Oh, see, I love that. I love
Oh
the
God, what the
flavor, so I
hell is
probably
wrong with
love it.
you? What is wrong
I
with
don't
you?
know. See, I'm like the person, like I know people hate taking.
Like the menthol ones, like halls.
Yeah. Oh,
I hate that
I
taste
love
so much.
those.
But then like afterward, like it smells decent. It smells like a fruity kind of drink. Let me take one more real quickly. Like for a second, it has that like that cherry taste that I hate,
Yeah.
and then it tails off with a beer aftertaste. So
Oh, that's so weird.
I mean, it's not bad. Like it's
I
okay. I
see.
mean,
I've
I
never
remember.
I've never had a full Four Loco, so I've never had like the Four Loco experience before or after. It was like this like illegal prohibition era moonshine drink.
Yeah. I remember people used to buy it like crazy. We had I remember my brother, my neighbor, and I. We had like six of them, like two of us each. We were playing like Tiger Woods like '09 or something on PS3, and in my room. And then like next morning, there's like a mini couch in there. My friend wakes up with a sombrero on his face, like, what the hell happened last night? And like,
Oh man.
four logo, like it's like deceiving, it's like a punch. Again, I haven't had it in at least like 4 years, so I don't remember exactly how to compare it, but it's not bad. Not my preferred drink, but I mean, it's gonna keep me up, I guess, because it still has caffeine. I think.
Yeah, I remember they had to. I remember
Yeah,
like when
it's like a hybrid,
I remember when it
a
got
dangerous one.
taken off the shelves because
Yep.
people were getting put in the hospital just by drinking it because of that, having a depressant and what is it, not an accelerant, but whatever it's called.
Oh God.
It like counteracting each other, and it
Yeah,
was just
yeah.
screwing with people's hearts.
Not ideal, but I'm like, screw it. I'm streaming Overwatch tonight, like another marathon stream.
Oh
So
God.
either gonna be A, like awake, or B, drunk. And
Stimulant. Thank you, Vladimir Lemon.
yeah,
Stimulant.
we'll see how it goes. But yeah, again, it's not bad. Surprised they brought it back, but it's like a 7 out of 10. It's okay.
Yeah. So what's the percent? Well, like what's the percent alcohol on that? Because
12% by volume.
oh my God, I thought the 8% I'm drinking right now was bad.
Yeah, and it's in like a hefty can too. Let me see if I can find the size.
Oh my gosh.
Forlogo.com, it says. Hoping I don't drop this. It doesn't list this. Oh, 23 ounces. About a pint and 7.5 flat ounces. I don't know how many ounces are in a pint, but I would guess,
I have
you
no
know,
idea.
yeah, I had no idea either. Yeah, 23 ounces of this bad boy. Serving size 5 flat ounces, and then there are four and 3/4 servings. So I'm not drinking the whole thing right now, but
I should hope you might want to pace yourself on that one.
yeah, no thanks. I'll be taking a couple sips here and there, but we'll see.
All
16
right.
ounces. Okay, so it's about two.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 1.5.
Kyle, what did you
Oh,
bring with us tonight?
I am drinking a simple Code Red Mountain Dew, which
hey,
is, of
respect
course, just a cherry flavored Mountain Dew. um,
Nothing wrong with Code Red.
I don't think I've had
yeah,
I haven't had it in years. I had it once, and I was like, it's okay. I prefer Mountain Dew, like just regular Mountain Dew.
Okay, Kyle,
yeah.
I gotta ask you this. Decision 2016, where do you stand? And
Uh,
do you stand on the pitch black, the Mountain Dew pitch black, or do you stand with Baja Blast?
Probably Pitch Black.
Oh, get out. We can't be friends anymore.
What the hell?
I haven't.
What's this? No one's
I've
told
only
me about
tasted
this.
Pitch Black. I haven't tasted Baja or anything.
Oh my gosh, oh no. Okay. Have you never gone to Taco Bell and had Baja Blast?
No.
Oh my
I can't go
god.
to Taco Bell as a 22-year-old.
I'm 20, dude, I'm 24. I still go to Taco Bell.
It doesn't. How do you do that? Like, how does your body handle that?
How does it doesn't handle it well, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I mean, I eat like Chipotle pretty often, but I'd rather eat that than Taco Bell.
I haven't been like Taco Bell since I was 7.
Oh man, no, because Baja Blast is this Mountain Dew flavor that Taco Bell had the rights to for like decades. Like it had it for years. And like 2 or 3 years ago, Mountain Dew started putting Baja Blast on the shelves as like as a limited time thing. And now it's like you can go online and vote in between Pitch Black and Mountain Dew Baja Blast. And Baja Blast is just the nectar of the gods. Like it is the perfect sugary, disgusting like soda drink.
I forget. There's one I had. It was like a berry mix or something like that. Like berry freeze or something. It was pretty decent. I my 7-Eleven had it. I don't know if they still do, but it was it was really good.
I don't know.
Oh well.
I got nothing.
Oh boy, my mic is messing up. Let's
Oh.
see if I can change that up here right now via Skype, please.
Yeah. So how's
Right now has a deep voice.
yeah, no.
Welcome to the Game Boy Podcast.
That's what happens when you drink that.
Just for loco,
Okay.
your just voice just like
Let me know how that sounds. I changed it to my built-in mic on Skype. So
it sounds just as fine.
okay,
Don't know how it sounds in stream.
as long as I don't have like creepy voices and everything.
Yeah. Well, I
As
hate
long
to
as they're
break
just
it
in
to
my
you.
head and not on the microphone, then that's fine.
Oh man. So all right, so I and this is oh, God, I have to start remembering to actually check back on everybody's beverages because I keep
I
forgetting
know.
to
I was just editing the this week's show. Apologies, it's on Podbean now today. Been busy, but Every week you've been saying this, and I'm like, I know he's gonna
I
bring
forget
this up in this
it.
episode.
It's a darn ADD, man. So this week we're actually going to talk about the summertime gaming drought because I was having a hard time coming up with a topic because I've been so insanely busy over the last like week and a half, and I was like, well, the hype E3 the E3 hype is over. You know, Overwatch is still kind of like the big game right now, but we already did an Overwatch cast. I can't come up with anything. I was like, oh my gosh, no, that's exactly it. Is like the summertime gaming drought, like this dead standstill of like a lack of huge titles being released in the summer months and late spring because like I'm looking back at everything that's been released and like there was Overwatch and which had an amazing release, and you had Battleborn which had a terrible release, and then like I'm trying to think of other games that have come out or are coming out, but like outside of No Man's Sky and the new Monster Hunter, I really can't think of any like notable titles that are coming out like in June, July, August.
I can name a bunch of indies.
Yeah, I mean, there are a few indies inside. Is We Happy Few out this summer?
It comes out in July.
Oh, okay, there we go.
I think
Shut up! No, it doesn't.
July 27th.
Oh my god.
Vladimir Lemon says Zero Time Dilemma came out yesterday.
Oh god,
it
I totally
really-
forgot. I pre-ordered that for whatever reason. I have not played 999, and I've purchased Virtue's Last Reward. Haven't played that.
Yeah.
And it's like pre-order this special edition, same price as the standard version. It comes with a cool watch, and I'm like, sure, why not? And I'm like, oh, fuck. That game is out. Like, Is it too late to cancel this? Because like I have no idea when I'm gonna play 999 or Virtue's Last Reward. So like,
Yeah.
it's just gonna sit there for months.
Yeah.
But if it comes, it comes. I'm like, okay, I'll get around to it at some point, but not anytime next 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I want to get into Zero Escape eventually. Maybe sometime this summer, hopefully.
I saw I think it was a Kotaku article. It was either Kotaku or I think it might have been Destructoid, but an article on Zero Time Dilemma. And he's like it's probably the best series you've never played. And I was like, well, what's this about? And then it started talking about a few other like visual novel type games. I was like, oh wow, that's actually sounds really cool. And it's actually I really want to try to get I want to pick up Zero Time Dilemma, but it's not high on my priority list at the moment.
Yeah, you can get I think 999 is pretty cheap on Amazon. It's on DS.
Yeah.
And then Virtual's Last Reward is on 3DS and Vita too.
Yeah. So, yeah, because I'm trying to think of so one of the questions I wanted to get to tonight is is there anything you're actually excited about over the summer months? Because for me, it's pretty much Monster Hunter. Like outside of Monster Hunter, and apparently, I guess We Happy Few now. I really don't have that many games I'm that excited for.
Yeah, I'm like I would say I'm one of the few people who isn't really excited for No Man's Sky.
Yeah, I'm not.
And not to dismiss. I like the idea of it. It's such a fascinating game. But there was a time a couple years ago when I was younger that was infatuated with space and just the comprehension of how it's infinite and it's ever expanding and life, all that stuff. But since I've grown older, it's been a little less. I've had a little less interest in it, and even No Man's Sky, again, if I were younger, I would have lost my life to that. But now I'm there are other games I'd rather play, and I'm not really interested. I know some people on the site are so excited for it, but I'm not one of those.
Yeah, it seems just a bit too ambitious for a small indie developer. I plan on getting a special edition, but really only for comic.
See, to me, I can appreciate a video game based on its potential, its art style, what it brings to the table for the video game industry at large. I can appreciate it for that and that alone. And like I look at what they're trying to do with No Man's Sky, and it seems utterly incredible. Like
Yeah.
what they're trying to do, like it is so impressive. And I really hope I hope it lives up to the hype. I hope it's as good of a game as everybody's excited for. But like I'm not for one thing, I'm not a very big like space setting guy. Like the Mass Effect universe doesn't really draw me in as much as like the Skyrim universe does. Like I'm like, oh, I know. Like I don't think Mass Effect is bad, but like just I'm not a big science fiction guy. I'm more of like a fantasy guy, and
Yeah.
it's just the way I am.
Yeah.
But the thing that that astounds me about No Man's Sky is just what they're trying to do with that game of like making this infinite universe, and that to me is the draw of like the mechanics behind it and the all like the development behind it.
I think what would be really cool is I would guess that excuse me that this might happen. Aren't all the planets like procedurally generated?
Yeah, like 2 billion planets that are procedurally generated or
so like
crazy like that.
like it would be really cool to just come across a planet that looks exactly like Earth, and it wouldn't have like the landscapes and cities and all that like we have now, but to see a planet that's so similar to our own, like, and to see it from a different point of view as opposed to like via outer space, like the one we always see.
Yeah.
Being able to fly around it, and like that would be really cool. I think that would probably interest me the most. And just the or hundreds of thousands of probably different species.
Yeah.
When we would see two different planets pretty much every time, there's a slim chance I'd come across one of you guys or somebody else in general. It's all so fascinating, but
yeah,
we'll see.
A game I was actually excited about, and I was kind of bummed because John beat me to it on the review schedule, was Necropolis, which is that hyper stylized roguelike dungeon crawler that takes a lot of the art style reminds me a lot of a vague version of Journey.
Okay.
Where it's like this cartoony, cell shaded. It's very simplistic, and it's like all the characters and designs, and everything have like very sharp angles to them, and it takes combat. It takes its combat influences from Dark Souls, but it's a much faster and quicker game since it's a roguelike. And it's just about delving deeper and deeper into this necropolis and trying to get to the bottom of it. And I read a while ago a lot of the stuff that they were doing with it, and like that got me pretty excited. That's like an indie release.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. The name sounds familiar. I might have to look up some footage after the podcast. But yeah, every time I play roguelike, I just go back to Binding of Isaac.
Oh gosh,
it's just it's so good.
I beat Mother once, and then I never played it again.
I beat her once. And
that was me too.
And like I'll go on these perfect runs, like this, perfectly decked out stuff. But I'll make stupid mistakes of like not dodging this one little bullet that I barely just saw. It's like crap. Like I should have gotten that.
One of my friends got the freaking Golden God achievement. Got the 100%.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I don't have the attention span to just play Binding of Isaac for hours at a time.
I don't have the patience for it, man. Like,
yeah,
I play Dark Souls, but to get that far into Binding of Isaac is a very special kind of patience.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I don't know. The summer months, like for me, the summer months is all about the backlog.
The backlog. Why do we have one?
Why do we have? Because we buy video games that we say we're gonna play, but we don't.
I have a terrible problem. I'm like not even kidding. Earlier today, I was like, I'll eventually get around to these games. Like there were like 3 Tales games on PSN for like $6 each. I got Tales of Grace F, Zillia 1 and Zillia 2 for like $20 in total. It's like, oh, you saved like $90. I'm like, hell yeah, that's awesome. But when the hell am I gonna play? Like, I bought Symphonia Chronicles. Like, I already have like a PS3 backlog, but I'm still just playing Final Fantasy 14 and trying to get into some RPGs, and it's just like, I don't know. Like, I just keep on games, and I'm like, I'll play them at some point, but it's like, no, you won't.
That's
You have enough games to last you until the end of the year, but ugh.
yeah, that's like my backlog is actually surprisingly small at the moment.
I'm trying to actively cut mine down. Like if I say I'm like I just recently had like Rise of the Tomb Raider, a Shin Megami Tensei game, and I think Earthbound 2, and I'm like I just Rise of the Tomb Raider I couldn't get into for reasons. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna bother with I'm not gonna bother with that.
Yeah.
Shin Megami Tensei, I was like, it's okay, but it feels dated. And it's also a remake of a Saturn game, so understandably so. I was like, I couldn't get into it. And then I have like 6 JRPGs, which could vary from 60 to 10,000 hours. So yeah,
Cody says, once I finish the Ace Attorney games, I don't know what I'll play. That's like I've been
what's
trying
your Street Fighter, bro?
Street Fighter. Have you played Ghost Trick? No. Have you played Ghost Trick, Brett?
No, I've never heard of it.
Why does that sound familiar? That's not that really obscure no, that's Ghost Song. Phantom Detective. Oh, it is another like visual novel. I
Yeah, I haven't played many visual novels.
I see. I can't. What's weird is I love walkthrough simulators, but I can't do visual novels.
Like I've heard so many great things about Danganronpa on Vita, and I'm like, I want to get it at some point. I've heard like I guess like the Court Party games are pretty decent. Even the Zero Escape series, but I'm like,
Yeah.
I need some kind of action.
Well, that's
I
like.
thought Hateful Boyfriend was great.
Oh God, I still have that, and I have not touched
Is that the
it.
bird one?
That's the bird
Yeah,
one.
that's actually nothing what it seems like.
That's everything I've
'Cause
heard about it. Is
it's
it's not. Yeah, like it's not.
like pretty much what I've seen of the Zero Escape series. I just think about Hateful Boyfriend. Let's just put it that way.
Oh yeah, no. It's I've heard there. It is not what you think it is at all. That's like oh God. What was the anime that I watched? Oh, freaking Madoka Magica. Like on the outside, it's like, oh, look at all these adorable, cute little girls, and by the time you're done, like the 12 episodes that are out for it, you're just this crying, blubbering mess of depression. Like it is not what it looks like at all. Like Had a Full Boyfriend has some pretty dark stuff in there.
Yes, it does.
I'm actually my picture on the stream is Sans from Undertale because I'm actually about to finish my first playthrough of Undertale.
Nice.
I've never played Undertale, and the world will not shut up about Undertale.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know what? I can see why because I like binged it yesterday. Like I played for about 6 or 7 hours, and I pretty much went from the beginning of the game all the way up to like one of the last areas. And there were numerous points in time where I was laughing so hard I like had to take like I'm just weeping openly laughing at some of the goofy stuff. Like one of the minor spoilers, I guess, but like one of the enemies are like 2 knights that are dressed up in like heavy black armor, and you're in this area where it's just boiling heat. And one of them, like partway through the fight, just starts getting hot. So he goes, "Oh man, this is really warm." So he just takes his armor off, and he's like all ripped with a 6-pack and abs. And the other knight just starts sweating, and he's like, "Uh-oh." And like when you go to check him, it says like he's distracted by the other one's missing armor, and you're like, "Oh God!" And like one of the action that you do is like you go up and whisper to him, and be like, "Dude, it's okay. Just tell him your feelings." And they just have this like bro moment where they're like, "Dude, he's like, I've been noticing you for a while now," and they just go at it, and I was crying, just like laughing so hard I wasn't making noise, like I was just wheezing.
Oh wow,
it
that's
was
funny.
it was really good. The humor in the game is so spot on, and it handles so many different things so well. It's such a great game.
Yeah,
Um,
I might buy it while it's on sale because I've heard like, really good things about it, but just haven't gotten around to playing it yet.
I'd highly recommend it. I don't know if I'm going to play because like there's like six different endings, and I right now I'm going for the true pacifist ending, which is the one where you don't kill any monsters and you befriend everybody, um, and it's very heartfelt. Like it's this weirdly heartfelt game where there's a lot of seriousness to it. Like if you like there's a lot of moments in the game where it gets really dark and really heavy, and there's a lot of characters that are just out for your blood, but there's so many moments where you have like these tender one-on-one connections, and the humor is spot on.
Hmm. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
heard
that's what
nothing
I've
but great
heard.
things. But I don't tend to play it anytime soon, so
Yeah, it's pretty good. I picked up on this the my once I finish that though, I'm gonna move on to I bought Firewatch, Axiom Verge, Salt and Sanctuary, and I bought one other game on Hyper Light Drifter, which
Ooh, nice.
I cannot wait to play. Hyper Light Drifter has been on my radar for so long.
Yeah, I'm like waiting for it to come to consoles, and just like I've been waiting for this game since it was just a Kickstarter project. I think it back in 2012, 2013. I've been
I
looking forward to
I
this game
really
like ever
would
since.
Firewatch. Definitely recommend it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm excited for that. That's
Cody says, if you want to experience the two bonus fights, I'd go for the other route. If not, then it's a massive grind, so I just watch it.
Oh, for Undertale. I think I'm gonna finish this playthrough of Undertale, um, and then I'm gonna probably put it down for a while. And I don't know if I'll ever go back to it, mainly because I don't like the combat at all.
No?
No, because it's weird. The combat in Undertale is like this weird. I mean, I'm doing the pacifist route, so I'm not like attacking anything, but
Yeah.
all the enemies have like different attacks, and it kind of plays like a bullet hell shooter where like
Okay.
Hmm.
you have like a little heart that you have to move around a box, and like enemies have different attacks, and then like you have to dodge them and whatnot. And it's not that it's bad, it's just it's not the kind of combat that like I enjoy. And that for me is the biggest drawback. Like if there was a mode that was just a walkthrough of the game, like I'd rather just walk through and experience like all the hilarity behind everything.
Mm. I know you can like talk your way out of fights. You can't like recruit anybody or anything to
Nope,
like help you out.
it's you yourself and you.
Okay, because Shin Megami Tensei has that similar thing where when you're recruiting demons, you can talk, and like what's so frustrating but so brilliant is like it's very unpredictable. I'm playing through Strange Journey right now on the DS, but like the one drawback to that is like it lets you know when like you've said something that the demon likes, like oh like you're feeling more friendly, and like oh like now I can more easily recruit the demon and be like, hey, want to be my ally, or you want to give me some money or an item. Whereas in the other Shin Megami Tensei games, I think 4 in particular, it's like this demon is really powerful. I want him. It's like, all right, well, give me an item. I give him an item that's really useful, and as a chance, like, all right, well, give me some money. I'm like, okay. He's like, give me some more money. Okay, give me some of your health or mana. Like, okay, and he leaves. And it's like, son of a gun, are you kidding me?
I've heard A Strange Journey's brutal.
I'm only about like 2 hours in so far. I really
Like
like
I've
it
heard it's
though.
like the most brutal Shin Megami Tensei.
I'm not sure. 4 is really difficult, and then the Devil Survivor games are pretty tough. But yeah, I like the unpredictability in those games. Also, like just really like Shin Megami Tensei. It's a much darker Pokemon. If that's fair to say,
I'm
which I
okay.
definitely
Yeah,
like.
for the
Okay with
most
that.
part.
Speaking of darker Pokemon, did you ever see that like it's like a live action like Pokemon trailer, and it's like what if Pokemon was like a mafia crime thing?
I've never seen that.
Oh my god, it's hysterical. The best part of the whole thing is the guy gets in his car after like having a meeting with one of the mob bosses and he looks down, there's just a Voltor between his pedals and it just explodes like a car bomb.
Oh my god,
It's
that's amazing.
oh, it's solid. It's pretty good.
That is so funny. Oh my goodness.
Kyle, do you have anything in your backlog at the moment helping you through the summer?
Yeah, yeah, it's not something I really like thinking about. But I mean, like right now I'm playing Tokyo Mirage Sessions, which is of course fantastic, and I love it.
Yeah, it's
But
really good so far.
and it's just like I want to finish Final Fantasy X, and then I want to move on to Final Fantasy X-2, and I want to
No, you
finish
don't. No, you
Valkyria
don't.
Chronicles. Oh, I really want to play
No,
Final
you
Fantasy
don't.
X
No,
too.
you don't.
I really want to
Trust
play
me.
Final Fantasy X too.
Kyle,
I,
trust me, you don't.
I really want to do it for nostalgia's sake.
I just trust me. I played that game when I was like 8 years old. I have no desire to play it again.
I played it when I was like 7, so
So yeah.
yeah, let's do it.
I
Um,
I
How far
can't
in 10 are you?
about
Like what's like
I'm right before I'm about to do the Cloister trials for Bahamut.
okay? So you still got a ways to go, but you can probably be at that in like another 15 hours.
Yeah, probably.
yeah.
I don't know. I take my time with RPGs, so
That's
I-
fair. That's fair. At
I
some
mean-
point, I'm gonna do not a speed. Well, I would love to do a Final Fantasy X speed run, but it would take me a long time.
like it took me 90 hours to finish Metal Gear Solid 5.
is there even a speedrun community for Final Fantasy X?
I mean, I don't really follow speed running.
I
I think the record-
super do.
I think the record is around 10 hours. And what blew me away was I thought the cutscenes were like 5 hours. No, it's like 2 hours. Like Final Fantasy X has so many stinking cutscenes, including the stupid laughing one.
I love that cutscene, but that's just me.
And like it's like only 2 hours long. I'm like, holy crap! Like, that's wild. And like I wouldn't be the best at it because like there are like 3 or 4 bosses that always give me trouble. So I would have to like write down specific notes for them. But at some point, my buddy and I were gonna do a race of who can beat the game fastest. I know the game like the back of my hand, so I can safely say I can beat it in under 20 hours, most likely. It's just a matter of the amount of grinding and my party and everything. But I'm gonna try and do like a 24-hour thing at one point.
Okay. According to the speedrun.com, Final Fantasy X, any percent, the number one rank is 10 hours and 16 minutes, and that was put up 3 months ago.
Oh wow! I know.
And he actually cut a full 5 minutes off the previous time, which is it's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
insane.
Yeah,
Wow.
I would love to watch that. I know RPG Limit Break. I think it's a Twitch channel. They recently did a Final Fantasy relay race, and then they did I think a speed run of like a bunch of RPGs and a couple Final Fantasy games were in there. So I would have to watch before I tried it myself.
So our topic this week is summertime gaming drought, and starting this Saturday, I believe, is Awesome Games Done Quick. Is Summer
Ooh.
Games done quick? Are you guys into that at all?
I've dabbled in Awesome Games Done Quick. Probably the last time it was on is when I first started really watching it. So if there are any games that pique my interest, particularly RPGs, then I'll definitely check it out. I can't remember what some of the games were in Awesome Games Done Quick, but I think there might have been like Chrono Trigger or a Zelda or something.
There's I watch Awesome Game. I'm so sad. I'm working like a 72-hour week next week, and then I go to Anime Midwest. So I'm gonna miss like literally all of Awesome Games Done Quick. I'm gonna have to like go back and watch them all. But every year, like I'm big into speedrunning, and not like every game. Like I'll watch games that I enjoy, But some games, the speed runs are just boring. Like Silent Hill 2 speed runs are the most boring freaking
It
speed.
sounds boring.
It's
Yeah.
no, like it's because it's they skip all the cutscenes, right? And they skip all the
Well, yeah.
dialogue and they skip all the documents. So you skip what makes Silent Hill 2 awesome, which is
Yeah, yeah.
all the storytelling, and then you have the gameplay of Silent Hill 2, which is terrible.
Yeah, it's not great.
And but like I think the two most amazing speed runs, like if you want to see a speed run that's all I think one of the more it's probably like the one that I think people go to when they think about like amazing speed runs and like communities around it are is the Ocarina of Time
Yep.
any percent. Oh my gosh, if you want to see I mean
And
it's
they use the Chinese cartridges, right? It like speeds it up by like
it
0.2 seconds or
okay.
something.
It completely depends on the person.
Right.
Because some people will use the Chinese cartridge N64 cartridges because the dialogue boxes are displayed slightly faster because it takes less text to load.
Mhm.
Some people use I forget what localization is, but they use a different localization that cuts off a solid 2 seconds from the beginning cutscene, and I forget why because it loads
Oh, wow.
fast. It loads faster for some odd reason, like. So, and I think like it cuts off a few seconds elsewhere just on load time. So they like get like 13 seconds from it. But it just depends on the speedrunner. But like it was so cool to Cosmo, who was like formerly like the grand champion of the OOT 80% speed runs. Like he did a speed run years ago, and it's what got me into speed runnings at Summer Games Done Quick, where he beat Ocarina of Time in 18 and a half minutes, and
That's absurd.
and the whole time he's telling you exactly in like layman's terms exactly how every one of the glitches worked, and he was giving like this 20-year history of how this community has just over the last 20 years has just been boring into the Ocarina of Time game files and trying to find new ways to make it like the route even better and better. And like what's amazing is he hit a like sub 18 minutes and 10 seconds, which like was thought nearly impossible. This guy Cosmo hit like a sub 18 minutes 10 second time, and like he just stopped playing the Ocarina of Time because he's like no one's ever going to beat it, and now people are going for like I think the new record's like 1742.
Oh, wow.
And when you're talking about like doing speedruns of that caliber, it's like running a race, like running like a 100-meter dash. Like 0.2 seconds is a huge
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
like distance. And somebody found a glitch today that can actually optimize the route they've been trying to optimize for the last year even more.
Oh, wow.
And if they can reproduce it and find a way to reroute like the whole route, like the way you have to make, it's going to be even better. And like this was a run that was thought dead a year ago. And just seeing the way people like crowd around these communities is awesome to me.
I take pride in the fact that I can beat the Forest Devil in like 10 minutes. People can beat this game in stinking 18 minutes. Like, damn it. This is not fair.
Yeah. If you want to see one that's like a really good glitch based one, Ocarina of Time 80% is a really good one. If you want to see one that's all skill based, Yoshi's Island is incredible. It's about a 3 hour long speed run, but it's never boring for 1 second because the guys, like the people who run it, they have to do like all these crazy like off camera shots where they're just like firing eggs halfway across the map because like they fire them off screen and they hit something that triggers something else, and like they don't, and they have to do like frame perfect shots to like nail like collectibles and stuff. It's insane.
I'll be right back, by the way, for about 2 seconds.
You're good. But yeah, no, I'm Kyle. Do you ever watch any like awesome games done quick stuff or?
Not really. I mean, I've heard of it, but I haven't really paid attention. I've never really been one to like play games quickly, so
Yeah.
I mean, it might be interesting to watch sometime, but I don't really have too much interest in it.
I can see that. It's not for everybody. Like I don't like speed running, and when I play video games, I try to like soak in as much as I can. But it's just
it's me.
yeah. But it's so different to see like these people just like take games that like, and it's not like they're like I want to beat this game as fast as possible. Like they have such a love for the game. It's like how can we further like delve into it, which is kind of neat.
Yeah, like what I've heard about like Ocarina of Time and stuff with it speedrun, it just sounds like total like mesmerizing.
Yeah, it's really interesting because the glitch that they use, um, like the one glitch that makes it all possible is this glitch called the wrong warp, where they have to have a specific inventory item, and when they have that specific inventory item, they can. It's actually one of the bottles that you get in the game. They can do another glitch that lets them use the bottle as an ocarina, and then
Wow,
they do
that's nuts.
they do a jump onto the warp zone in Goma's room in the Deku tree, and then when they do that jump onto the warp zone, they pull out the bottle, and then they can walk away from the warp zone. And then what happens is the game saves this specific data, and then when they exit that room, they exit the room, and they're at the top of Ganon's castle as it's collapsing.
That's absurd.
Like,
I've seen like a few videos of it, and like people like will jump backwards to a certain like a certain
Yep.
wall in Kokiri Village or Kokiri Forest, and it's like, how do you know like exactly where to be, and like it's just it's crazy.
These people go in and they break it down frame by frame. Like they will like just they will measure out the pixels on their screen that they're using to like I need to be standing so like Link's ear lines up with this line texture while the camera angles at this specific point. It's so freakishly specific.
Yeah, that's wild. By the way, gentlemen, how are your drinks?
Oh, thank you for reminding us. I'm actually I'm almost done mine. This is actually going
I
down.
just poured like a quarter of a cup of mine. It's okay again, still okay. But it's bearable.
It's like you're drinking like beer fruit punch.
Here it is.
So yeah, no. So AGDQ is, I'm really excited for it. The next week of my life is going to be sleeping and prepping my Pyramid Head cosplay for Anime Midwest. But the 3 days after Anime Midwest, I have off, so I'm just going to sit down and just binge on all the speed runs.
Yeah. Do they have? I'm assuming they have Super Metroid.
It honestly, it completely depends. The schedule is different every year, but there's always a Metroid game in there.
Yeah, I feel like there's always some kind of Metroid. I love watching the Super Metroid speedruns.
There's always Metroid. There's always Mario. There's always horror games. There's I'm trying to think of some weird ones I saw. The Chrono Trigger one was kind of cool last year. That was a long one.
I would love to watch that.
Yeah, no, the Chrono Trigger one, because like they had they also do they do really AGDQ is awesome because for those who are listening who don't know, Awesome Games Done Quick does 2 week-long streams where it's like 24 hours of video game speed runs. And it never stops, and all the money that they raise goes to Doctors Without Borders and the I think it's the Prevent Cancer Foundation. And one of the incentive, like they do incentives for like people, so like the more money you give, the more challenging the speed runs get. Like I've seen people, they did 2 players 1 controller for a Dark Souls 2 speed run.
Holy crap!
And you would think that like there's no way, like, these people aren't doing 2 players 1 controller all the time. There's no way they'd be able to make it work. Oh, they make it work. It is nuts.
I mean, I feel like you have to like coordinate like almost like a practice, like with whoever you're speedrunning with, like like, all right, we're gonna go to this area, watch this enemy's pattern, do this button layout for this enemy, and for this boss and everything. It makes sense.
It's also funny to watch 2 people just like grip like one half of an Xbox controller and try to play a video game.
Their fingers touch, like, oh, sorry.
It's great. I'm fairly excited for it this year. I think the only reason I'm bummed is because like I can actually, since I'm like a grown man with a paying job this year, I can actually donate to it, but I won't be able to like like I'll have to like put a donation, but I won't be able to like see it come to fruition in terms of like watching the speedruns.
Yeah, yeah.
Vladimir says, I saw this dude speed run I Want to Be the Guy and donated every time he died. Extra if a boss kills him.
Oh wow.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, man. I don't even want to think about speed running I Want to Be the Guy.
There's a meme I saw a couple times. And it was like imagine playing Dark Souls, drained a little bit of your blood every time you died. I wouldn't have any blood left.
I'd be dead.
If I could
Yep.
take if I could take it down to the Octafarm place and just get paid for it, that'd be awesome.
But real quickly with my backlog, it's mainly just JRPGs for now. It's a number of Shin Megami Tensei games, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, which kind of falls in the same category, same very similar type of game. I'm having trouble getting to JRPGs right now. Playing a crap ton of Final Fantasy 14, and I think that kind of fills the void of a JRPG for me in some ways. And I'm playing Tokyo Mirage Sessions, which is I'm really enjoying so far. And then I just started playing Shin Megami Tensei Strange Journey, and like I think it's just like the opening hours are always daunting to me. Like not because like they're difficult, or just like the slow grind of like getting into that like rhythm of like going to a town, advancing the story, grinding and all that, and then like whereas it's just like dialogue upon dialogue. I'm like I don't really want this right now, but I have a number of Tales games. I'm not gonna play them all. I might play like Zillia or Symphonia Chronicles or something. Just to get a feel to see if I want to keep playing this series. In the past, I've done like with Metal Gear or like Final Fantasy or Metroid or something. I've played like games in consecutive series, like in consecutive order, like with no breaks. So like it can be overwhelming. Every Tales game is different, but you're still like the combat might become boring for me or something, or I might become fatigued of it, but we'll see. I'm gonna play one of them, see if I like them, and then eventually get on round to another one. Outside of that, just got Inside sounds fantastic. I want to download that. Really looking forward to Monster Hunter Generations.
2 weeks to Monster Hunter, man. 2 weeks.
God, can't wait. Have you played the demo yet?
No.
Oh my! Cody and I have done the beginner fight and intermediate fight, and mainly what I've been doing is trying out new weapons I don't normally use. I've been using the heavy bowgun, which turns out I love. I think it's so much fun, especially with a party.
The heavy bowgun was actually my favorite weapon to use in Monster Hunter MH4U, but I only used it when I was like you said, with a party.
Yeah, like I would almost probably never use it by myself, but if I'm playing with Cody and you, like I may very well like to use it because I can just sit across from the opposite side where the monster won't be anytime soon and just fire and just
unload.
And it's so awesome. They give you feel of all the different play styles and all the arts that go with them. It's really cool. I kind of wish they kept the whole like mounting mechanic, but
wait, they removed. There's no mounting mechanic?
I think it's tied to a play style now. So like you can have like an aerial play style.
Oh, I guess it.
It makes sense. But then again, like I pretty much only use the Insect Glaive in 4 Ultimate, and with the Insect Glaive, it's so you can literally like pole vault with it and then attack the monster aerial style.
Cody says you can always mount.
Oh, okay. I wasn't quite sure. But yeah, they have different like places. Like one's like a more balanced one. There's another one where you like rely on your arts. Another one, countering and blocking, and then like executing based off that. But yeah, I'm really excited for it. It's it's more Monster Hunter. So
yeah, no, I'm pretty excited for. I'm pretty pumped for it because I for Monster Hunter 4U, I think. One of my favorite weapons was the gun lance, but it sucked. so I never used it. I was like, this is a this is
Yeah, I
this
tried
is
it in a fight, and I was like, I don't quite understand it.
it is a big dumb weapon. It is the concept of it is let's build a giant spear that has a gun on it that only shoots point blank that only shoots point blank shots. So
I
it's
got
like it's a melee weapon that just makes explosions out of the end of a spear, and it's such a dumb concept but so fun, and it sucks. It is it's God, I loved it and hated it at the same
Cody
time.
says gun lance is prime part breaking weapon. Probably the best. Yeah.
It, oh, for Monster
I
Hunter
see.
for
I've
you
never.
or for Generations?
I would guess in general. Like I've never used weapons based on like I need to get this specific part from this monster, so I'm gonna use this weapon. Like I just use like I'll just attack that specific part with whatever weapon I'm using, as opposed to using the gun lance or something else that is more beneficial to break something off the monster.
Uh,
Monster.
See, I used great swords, long swords, and heavy bow guns, and that was in general
I,
not.
three I used sword and shield, a little bit of the long sword, actually a decent amount of the long sword, and then the insect glaive came along. And I used primarily that in four, and then loving the bow gun, the heavy more so than the light. But if I'm in a party of four, then I'm not as against using the light bow gun. And he says, in general, not good DPS, but can break parts, and is extremely useful in any situation.
Yeah. Used Switch Axe in 3U and Charge Blade the most in 4U. I never got used to the Charge Blade. I think that was the one where I was like, I can see why this would be fun, but it's not for me.
Yeah, regardless,
Yeah.
I think I want to say Toby or somebody else is getting it, and
I don't know.
regardless, we have three, and we could probably find a fourth based off of random, and
I
they're usually pretty
have
good.
I have at least three friends that are like getting it launch day, and I
Yes,
know are already like I don't think I will ever want for a crew of four. Like,
it's
um,
so hectic, but I wish they were like voice chat, but I guess we could use Discord or Skype or something.
I usually just hop
Compensate.
on like Skype, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I think Monster Hunter Generations is the only game I'm looking forward to this summer.
I put like 30 hours into for you. I could have put in like 600, but I think because other games came out at the time, or I was maybe reviewing something, so you couldn't. Like once you're into it, you're into it. But once you get out of it, it's tough to get back. Like it takes some time to get that
I
rhythm again.
I can understand that. Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? I remember. I think 4 Ultimate and Majora's Mask 3 came out the same day. And I went to my Target, and they had Majora's Mask on shelves already, but they didn't have 4 Ultimate. I was like, ah, man, let's go download it. Because I just love like the box and the cover art and everything.
Yeah.
So I had to settle for a digital version, but I'll probably just do the same with Generations.
I'm just gonna end up going to the store and picking it up. Thing is, like, I think I bought Monster Hunter 4 and I tried to play it by myself and I hated it. Like
Yeah,
I was like, this is really boring.
I do
This
the
is really
same thing with 3.
confusing. And I had two of my buddies just like, no, we'll guide your hips. We'll take you through this. And
Doubles the hips.
and like they showed me like they gave me a bunch of starting gear and stuff and like they showed me like how you're supposed to navigate this like horribly confusing game and like once they did that like they signed off for the night. I was like, okay, night guys, I'm just gonna finish up this quest. And then it was just like,
6
okay,
months later.
like 6 hours later I'm still just slaying monsters.
Yeah, I remember 3 Ultimate. I picked it up on a whim. I was like, oh, this looks interesting. I know Pro Jared on YouTube is really into it, so my second go around, he was really beneficial because he gives some like beginner tips and everything for I think each game now. He's done one for 3 Ultimate and maybe 4, and they're really beneficial if you're looking to get to the series. But like I went into like a hunt as like one of my first 2 quests, and like I just kept dying. Like I didn't really know how to fight it. I kept trying to be aggressive, and I was like, screw this game. It's stupid. I don't like it. I sold it, and then like months later, I picked it up. I was like, man, like I really want to play this. And then I eased it down a bit. Like I played more defensively. I took my time You have to be patient with these monsters. And it's like, holy crap, the game's fantastic, and I've been hooked ever since.
Nice. Yeah, no.
Outside of that, I mean, I'll probably get inside. Maybe this week I get paid this week, so maybe I'll download it. And then We Happy Few, and then I'll probably get that over I Am Setsuna. That's coming out next month too. I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, We Happy Few, I Am Setsuna, Inside, and Monster Hunter are probably the games I'm gonna get until I say I'm going to get these games until Final Fantasy 15, but who the hell knows?
Yeah.
Like, this game's on sale, let's buy it.
See, I just Googled We Happy Few's release date, and it doesn't say there's one.
Kyle Inman, did you lie to me?
No, it comes out July 27th. Early access.
Are you serious?
Early access? Are you?
Oh, that's different.
Damn it, Kyle.
Sort of. I mean,
There's a caveat.
I mean, it's been in sort of like an alpha-like state for a couple months now, and pretty much it's sort of like a full release
Now,
in a way because it has a
it's
campaign
the
and
day after
everything now.
Okay, so,
But I mean,
oh well. I would guess if
I think the full release is like the actual full release is out in fall.
It says 2016, so it's. I know. We Happy Few. I've been waiting for that since it was announced last year.
I guess I'll play BioShock to compensate.
But yeah, no, that it's pretty much it for my. I'm probably gonna finish up. Actually, after this, I think I'm gonna go finish up Undertale so I can start on Firewatch or Axiom Verge. But
I would do Firewatch because Axiom Verge you can take quite a bit of time. Whereas Firewatch is like, I think it's like probably like 5-6 hours.
Oh, okay, that's not bad. Yeah.
Still, really, I liked it a lot. Was it this year it came out?
Yeah, it was this year.
Yeah, I loved it.
Did you see that Ford might have actually accidentally stolen some artwork from
I wouldn't even say
Firewatch? Oh my God! Way to screw up on that one.
That was I got a little bit of a glimpse in that story. That's wild. So yeah,
it's
I guess
pretty
it
funny.
was like a specific dealer in like the Northeast or something.
They apparently they just use artwork from it.
Yeah, like what the hell? Like you're Ford, you can afford to damn it, have the money to buy something to acquire this asset if you want.
I don't know, man. But
come on.
All right, well,
respect the artist so well.
All right, so we're gonna end it about there. Thanks everybody for joining us. For those of us who joined the stream, thanks to anybody who downloaded this and is listening to it in the far-flung future.
I promise we'll get up earlier than this last episode.
Yeah, I should start saying we put it up on iTunes and Podbean. Whenever.
Bottom line, it'll be up before we stream/record the next between tonight and 2 weeks from now. Most likely a week. And Vladimir Lenin's doing the Illuminati again.
Yeah, no, we have more.
Yeah, it is on YouTube very early, so don't worry about that. It's just Podbean and iTunes.
Yeah. But thanks everybody for joining us. Thanks for anybody who's downloaded this and listening to it later. Appreciate the support. So you can check us out on thegamebolt.com, and you can check us out at Twitter at is it I forget this every week.
You got this?
_Gamebolt.
Ba-boom.
Oh, I nailed it. All right, so check us out on Twitter at _Gamebolt. If as always, feel free if you guys have any topics, feel free to tweet them out at the Gamebolt. Hit us up on Facebook. Or under the YouTube comments, let us know if there's anything you'd like to cover for Games on Tap. We'd be much obliged to do so. We stream this bi-weekly, so the next stream will be on July 13th.
Oh my God, pull that out of my head. I'm a genius.
So do you guys have anything that has gone up recently, or anything that you guys want to give credence to?
I guess one thing is I put up my Microsoft E3 review. Be sure to check that out. That was a very solid conference, and I just kind of reflect on the show. And then lastly, stay stick around here on Twitch. I'm going to be streaming with some friends Overwatch as part of the giveaway within the next probably 10 to 15 minutes. So don't be gone for too long because we'll be right back again streaming Overwatch, most likely for the night, like at least like 4 hours, another marathon stream. So definitely stick around for that.
Alrighty, Kyle, you have anything you want to put out there?
Nope, not really. I mean, I I have the best indies of E3 as part of our TGB E3 awards, which of course talks about We Happy Few and even below. So you check that out.
And below is below We Happy Few in the article.
Bahaha.
Anyway,
I'll be here all night.
No, really though. I'd like to plug. Check out. Make sure to check out the Game Bolt. We're putting up, still putting up stuff on E3. We're still doing our conference reviews. We're doing all of our. I'm still still getting people to put up our E3 awards. We did awards for best console exclusives, best multi-platform, game of the show, best cinematic trailer, and things like that. And those will be coming up over the next week or so. And probably by the time this podcast is up, a little bit afterwards, I'm going to be putting up my first trigger warning article of 2016, which I'm really excited about to get that series running again.
Nice.
This one's going to be on Darkest Dungeon. And it's going to focus on the stress mechanic in Darkest Dungeon and about how dealing with mental illnesses and trauma and psychological disorders is something that is a continuously stressful activity, but how through rest or how proper pacing, patience, perseverance, and getting others to help you out, how all these different factors, the three P's, how all these
perseverance and peanut butter and jelly.
Talking about how all these different things can kind of come together to kind of help people who are feeling overwhelmed, and it's actually probably one of my more lengthy pieces because I go really heavily into dissecting the mechanic, dissecting the just the difference between everybody experiences stress in different ways, but people who have depression or anxiety, panic disorders, people who suffer from psychological disorders. I really go into how that adds like this whole nother layer of stress on a person's life, and how it kind of that is like the primary focus, and then you have you throw in all of the other things that people have to go through on a daily basis, and so there's these different layers of struggle, and kind of how you can mitigate that through care and seeking help, and that's kind of what that article is about. And I'm really excited to get that up and moving for the 2016.
And I want to read it.
It's getting there. It's getting there. I got to talk to I forget who edited it. I think it was
Kevin, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was Kevin. I have a question about one of the things that he put up there, but once I get that done, it'll be up. So where can they find you guys on social media so they can follow us all here at the Game Bolt?
You can follow me on Twitter at Brett Woodmansee, WOODMANSEE.
And you can find me at Clockdown Me.
You can find me at Optimistic Gamer, 0PTIMISTIC Gamer.
Also, before I forget, despite losing my phone to Six Flags, I'm a good friend. And lies with a woman, and she dabbed. My dad dance move. I dabbed back.
That's you're the hero we all needed, Brett. All right, thanks everyone. Thanks everyone for joining us. I hope everybody has a good night, and thank you guys for joining me tonight and making this an awesome cast.
All right, take care, guys.
See ya.